Hey, I had a chance to talk to Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly, ready to come back. He said there's a good chance he's going to come back. So he went to the podium and he talked to us about a variety of things, including his support of Braden Smith, who remains on the non-football kind of non-injury list. So it's not a non-football injury list. It's like non-football. It's a thing. It's a personal issue, and he's on that list. And he's got the full support of everybody on the team. It's interesting to hear him talk about that and hear about him kind of talking through his own journey as an Indianapolis Colt and understanding that it might be coming to an end.
How you feeling, man?
I'm good. Yeah, we're getting back to it. I feel like I'm really close to getting back, and practicing today will be good. Took a little bit longer than I thought to rehab, but could be just 31. Training staff got me right. The equipment staff, everybody's been busting their butt to get me back. Likewise for myself too. So I'm excited to get back out there.
You think there's a chance Sunday, or you just don't see how the week goes?
Yeah, I think there's a high chance.
High chance.
High chance.
You said it took a little longer. Did you think you were going to play last week, or how did that go down?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was obviously a progression of things that you need to, obstacles you have to, kind of checklist off the box before you kind of get back on the field. And certainly wasn't going to go out there on the field day one and just go right back into team, plays. There's only so much you can really simulate unless you're on the field doing it. So, there's just, without getting too specifics, there's just like some healing things that have to happen, along the week. But, so try my best to get out there, but just, talk to the trainers. It could be this week, could be next week, kind of one of those deals.
What's this season been like for you? It kind of feels like you've been kind of dealt physical stuff kind of back to back to back.
Yeah, it's frustrating. The neck thing, I couldn't feel like I can control that. The knee thing, it just flared up to the point where I couldn't mentally or physically go through that another week. I thought that the cleaning it up at the time was the best thing for me in my performance to help the team. Obviously, missing the 2 weeks there, then going on IR for short term was frustrating. Going into year 9, going to my last year of my contract. And not being able to help my team be on the field, right? So I think that's the hardest part. But I think like you've seen the offensive line, we've gone down some positions here and there, but I think you've seen a lot of guys step up and do a great job. So frustrating personally, but as a room, I think I'm really proud of the performance that we've all gone out there and done throughout the year. We haven't played our best at times, but we've always just keep moving forward.
Without getting into any specifics that you can't talk about, Braden's going through something. Have you guys been able to kind of? Let me rephrase that. How's he doing? Have you guys been able to interact with him, talk to him, and what can you share?
Yeah, I think it's some of those things. I feel like, having gone through personal stuff myself, I think it's you want to hear from people, but I feel like sometimes you, as a other person on the other side, don't want to be overbearing. So, you kind of give them their space to do what they have to do, heal what they have to heal. So we obviously we mentioned multiple times that we're here for him, praying for him, whatever he needs in his journey, in his family's journey. So. He's obviously a longtime brother of mine, and so he's doing what he has to do to get right.
He's played through. He's had that knee issue for a while. I know when he goes through the play. Just what have you kind of seen from him from the distance? Just what he goes through to get on the field on Sunday, and just what it means to him.
Yeah, I think it's that's the special part about being inside the facility, right? Being inside the locker room is that we see things that guys play through that nobody else can see, right? And it's like the things that don't get talked about. The amount of time it goes into just getting back to like a somewhat of a baseline or playing at 60% of what your best could be. We'd all like to feel 100%, but that's not the case. So I think, he's certainly up there with one of the toughest guys on the team as far as battling through a lot of injuries and knees. And the knees can be hell, man. It's just hell for an offensive line to get back from. And so he's doing what he has to do right now, take care of what he has to take care of. And the organization supported him, the organization supported him, we support him. And it takes a lot of guts to do that. So.
Right, you've always said how you were looking forward to year 10, year 11, whatever. The time off and the injuries, have they changed your long-term approach, your idea of what might be next year? Do you still want to keep playing?
Yeah, I think once I hit year 6 or 7, I realized that year 7 was really 2 years. Year 8 was another 2 years. So just another year, I feel like sometimes it can also be a year and a half or 2 years, just based off how you feel. But the one thing I do is I still love the game. That's the thing that's, you're not 23 anymore. You're not a rookie where you can just bounce back from a lot of things. But I think you learn how to be smarter with your preparation and your body. I mean, yeah, surely my knee may never be the exact same ever again, but what I can do mentally and push through, I never made a good decision in season, so I always make a decision off the season. But I still love the game. I miss it, not being out there with the guys. That's what I miss the most.
Has it crept into your mind at all that this could be your last games inside of the Soul Stadium here to close out?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that when I was going into the season. Didn't have a second contract, or didn't have a contract extension, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. We don't know when our time is due. I mean, it's the amount of guys who were able to say this is when I'm walking away for this reason and have all the control over that is slim to none. And I have no idea what my future holds. I mean, that's the one thing I realized after I lost my daughter, after I went through 22 season, didn't know if I'd be here in 23, Pro Bowl in 23. It's like, I don't know what happens in 25. Like, I have no idea. But I know that this year, injury-wise, hasn't gone the way I want it to go. But I can control what I can control, and I've got potentially 3 games left. That's the Colt, right? So play those the best I can and see how the cards lay after that.
How hard is it? You've been the time you've been here to reload when so much was on the line last week, and now it's really, I mean, going to be hard to make it to finish out and kind of regroup and finish out strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to put it is that you don't risk anything less. You know what I mean? You're not risking anything less going out there on Sundays, the way you did last week versus this week. I mean, there's still the chance of serious injury. You still get a chance to play the game that you love since you've been playing when you were a kid. Those things never change based off the scenarios of playoffs, non-playoffs, what doesn't matter. And you're not guaranteed, another year in this league. And so, hopefully I'll go out there Sunday and play with my guys, and it'll be the best time ever. And I think you just cherish those, when you're still a long shot away. Crazier things have happened, right? So you just play every single play like it's your last, every game like it's your last, and just push it to the very end and see what happens.
Bernie said it's a blessing to play any game. So that's the approach you have to take, isn't it, as a player?
It is. I mean, I've been fortunate to play, into the 100s, think about the amount of people that have washed out or not made it. It is special. You train from the time the season's over, you take a break and you start training for the next season, right? And you don't know what the obstacles are going to come April into training camp, into the season. There's always something. I think you just keep pushing through and try to make the best career you can.
Ryan, some
Yeah, a couple more.
Other guys have talked about feeling the same type of feeling of getting close, and maybe not getting close enough.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this way the season is going? It seems like things are coming into it.
Yeah, I feel like some kind of, in a way, you're a little helpless when you're on IR, right? Because you want to be out there helping your guys, and you can't. And so, yeah, it's disappointing, right? I think the second half of the last game, right? You wish you could have that back, but I think it's one of those things you get into football. You start getting into week by week, and you just kind of roll into your Monday, then your Tuesday, and although the outside writes this, that, and the other, like your Wednesday still looks the same. You have a choice whether you can go get better or get worse in the field, and you have an opportunity to embrace the guys that are around you, play with them for another play for another game, another 3 games, and cherish that moment, or just dwindle it away and say, well, whatever. So I think you can look back and you have 2 choices in your career of what you want to do. I think the other guys in the room and on the team realize that there's still 3 games to go. So we're going to give everything we got, but certainly, yeah, it sucks when you're a little bit of a long shot to make the playoffs again.
There's Ryan Kelly. I got to tell you the truth. If this is the end of his time with the Indianapolis Colts, that dude has comported himself as an absolute professional throughout his entire, how many years has it been? I think this is year 9. And so Ryan Kelly, a solid individual in that locker room, a captain of that offensive line room, and a guy that people on this team look to as a leader, and a person that people in this community look to as a leader too, and rightly so.